Coach. First, we'll hear from Coach Abe for opening remarks. Then we'll open up to questions for the student athletes. Then we'll circle back to Coach Abe for any other questions. Coach?
Opening remarks. This year for us in UCF women's basketball, I mean, we were, our RPI was a 4, our net was a 20-something. I mean, our team is amazing. Our team is amazing. We accomplished so many goals. I mean, we set out at the beginning of the year to win a lot of our preseason games, and we really scheduled, high-level teams, and we accomplished a lot of those goals that we set out in our preseason. Then we went to conference, and we only lost one game in our conference, which is pretty hard to do no matter what league you're in. Obviously, our conference is a really strong conference. Always has been, always will be. We set out to win the regular season conference championship. We did that. We set out to win the conference tournament championship. We did that. We came here to the NCAA tournament here and had to play a Florida team, which I don't understand why. But last year we lost in the NCAA tournament. This year we got that first win. So these young women are special. They are special. What we did for this season and what these young women did every single day, I can't even tell you. I don't even know how basketball coaches, if you're not a basketball coach, you don't understand how hard that was to accomplish what we did for this season. And no matter what, I always say after we go to the NCAA tournament, it's just a matter of time because only one team's going to win, and it's going to be in a small window of time. So, I mean, I told them, keep your head up. You are warriors. You are a great team. You deserved, a better place to go play. Why would they brought us back up here? And I think this is a great program. But I don't know why we had to come back and play them again for the 6th time, 7th time, the 100th time. Like, it's just, so, maybe if we were at any different place, we could have maybe advanced. I mean, I don't think anybody in the country wanted to come here and play in the NCAA tournament. So, I mean, neither did I. But we fought, and, to me, we're just as good of a team as they are. So, but the biggest point is that I know you're going to ask a lot of questions about them, but I want our questions to be about us because these young women are amazing, and they've done a lot of great things for this program, this school, this university. And UCF is, a great place to be, and I can't say enough for Masani Kaba. She's been here for 5 years, and she's had a historic career. Obviously, Tay has been here only for 3 years, and she's we put this program on their backs. And Diamond, this is her 4th year, so we're blessed. She's coming back to play another year for sure. So I'm proud. I'm a proud coach. I'm a proud mom. I'm a proud whatever I am to them. That I'm super proud.
Thanks, Coach. We'll take questions for the student athletes. Please wait till you get the microphone.
Diamond and Tay, you guys were down by 12 with just under 5 minutes to go. There was a timeout, and then you guys went on that run to eventually pull within 3. What kind of was said, either on the bench or on the court, to kind of spur that comeback and to keep fighting to make it a one-possession game?
We've always fought through adversity since last year, so we know what it's like to be down. We know how to fight back. We always know that it takes 4 minutes a quarter, so that's what we do. We talk to each other. We fight for each other, so that's what we did, and we fought to the end, and we gave it all we had.
Pat Eaton-Rob from the Associated Press. Diamond, can you talk about the physicality of the game? I mean, it started right from the beginning with what happened in the corner there, and like seconds in, and just kept up through the whole game. Was that the kind of game you guys were expecting? That kind of a physical game? And can you just talk about the toughness of your team?
We were expecting to be physical, but I don't think they were expecting us to be as physical. I mean, we came out and did what we do best. The toughness, that's what we are. That's who we are. UCF is just a tough, gritty team. We're going to always be that way. Nothing would change it. So from the beginning, we knew how we had to play, and we played that way for 40 minutes.
Azar from MB Magazine. Diamond, when I saw you Saturday, you had like a look in your eye, like, no, we're not going home, considering what you went through last season. So when you guys came on the court today, and just probably from the taste you had last season to be in a dance, clearly when you come back next season, that's not the goal. The goal is probably to get even further, knowing Coach Abraham and the way how she moves. She's always going to go one step further than she did last year. So with that being said, what's going to be the goal next year? Just with the taste that you had of basically taking the fight to the champs in their own hometown.
I mean, I have big shoes to fill with Tay and Moss leaving. It's gonna be tough. I mean, I got to get my teammates ready, and it's always the next year is always about going further than what you did last year. Having this feeling, knowing this feeling, is always gonna leave a chip on your shoulder. So, just getting my teammates ready for next year. Of course, we're gonna want to make history next year and go further. So, just getting my teammates ready, fulfilling the leadership of Tay and Moss, and doing what we did this year.
You said Tay is leaving. This your last game. So I always feel like whenever a senior or when somebody leaves, they have earned the right to give their platform to say, put in the words what the season has been like, everything. I feel like you've earned that right, being what you put into this and everything. So if you could please just elaborate just about the season, everything that you contributed to this program, and please take your time.
Well, this has been a great year for us all. I mean, we came back for a reason. Me and Mossy came back for a reason. It's been very successful. We've been very blessed to just, have each other and just make so many accomplishments. Like, we wanted this game as so bad, but you know what? Everything happens for a reason, and I believe they can get it next year. I love those girls. I love Coach Abe. It's been great being here. I hope the recruits see that we're nothing to play with. We're going to fight to the end. So hopefully that's the school y'all want to go to.
Diamond, Jason Beatty with the Atlanta Sentinel. What more can you say about Masani Kaba?
Oh, Moss. She's a leader. She's a sister. She does so much for us. So Moss, when she comes into practice, locker room, games, she set the tone with her leadership. She let us know to lock in, and she leads by example. When Moss get on the floor, Moss don't see a shot she don't like. Moss know nobody can guard her. Like, it's all mentality for her, and when she leads that way, everybody else just steps up a notch. And like, I know most people think that I give energy to the team, but Moss gives me a lot of energy when I see Moss going hard, and when she's getting rebounds, she's getting and ones, she's yelling, she's on defense blocking shots. That fuels me just as much as I fuel my team. So when Moss leaving, it's going to be heartbreaking, but I mean, she's always going to be here for me, so that means so much.
What you call her, Coach Abe? The point guard of the defense? Moss.
Defense, yeah.
The point guard of the defense.
Yeah, she's good.
Any other questions for the student athletes, guys? No? Okay, then thank you, Diamond. Thank you, Tay. You can head back to the locker room. Congratulations on a terrific season. Any questions for Coach Abe? Over here, Ken.
Coach Jim Clark from Women's Hoops World. I don't think they're arresting us. You said, wish we didn't have to come in here, which makes sense, but I think it's also true from the other side. They didn't want to see you guys because they know from the time in the AAC, and especially that last year, that there wasn't another team in that league that could get to this point and do what you guys did tonight. So what's your reaction to that? That there probably wasn't a whole lot of teams that wanted to see you guys in this tournament either.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that's the case. I mean, that a lot of teams didn't want to see us, I mean, I think, I've obviously been around and I've coached at a lot of different places, and I just think this was it might actually be one of the best teams we'll ever have at UCF. And because of the COVID situation where the fifth year's got to come back, that's a big thing. That's a big thing because it's the maturity part, it's the experience part, it's the, just teaching and the growing and the consistency is just, that's a really, really big thing. So I mean, I just when it came up, I was actually really shocked. We had to play all the. I was a big advocate for all the Florida teams. We have 6 teams in the NCAA tournament, and immediately we got 2 were taken out because they're playing each other. I just don't get it. I don't get it. And so then seeing where we were going, I'm like. Not because I don't think we can win, and not because of that, just because I just did that for 5 years. You know what I mean? And I'm sure they felt the same way. Let's play. This is the NCAA tournament. We shouldn't be playing teams that are 100 feet up the road and then coming back. Up into the same situation. So, but the positive thing about it was. We've been here before. We know what it's like here. We know how to play here. We knew what to expect, just everything. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it is what it is, and, we didn't get out of here, but it's just a matter of time. I mean, everybody's going to lose. Only one team's going to win. In the WNIT, too, when you play in WNIT. So 2 teams are going to win, 2 teams. But I always tell my teams, this team was really special, and they did some amazing things, and we got a 7 seed too that was the highest in school history, and actually is the highest I've ever as a coach got is a 7 seed, and so that was because of our accomplishments. That's because if we went by our RPI was like a 4, crazy number, and that was really good too. So I'm just proud of our team, and it hasn't hit me yet that it's over.
Coach, what did you think changed at the end of the fourth quarter when you guys were able to make that comeback? Because it's not easy to do that, especially in a game like that where it's such a slugfest that points are hard to come by, either just X's and O's wise or approach mentally.
Yeah, I mean, it was me in a timeout, just talking to them and telling them to just keep fighting, and then the game's not over. It's never over, and we're that kind of team. We're a dangerous team. When you press like the way we do and the way we play, I mean, it's really hard. We had to, if we would have made 10 more free throws, made a couple free throws, made a couple layups, the game would have been a lot different. But, I mean, we, did what we did. We held them 52 points. I don't know if anybody else is going to do that, in a long time. And obviously, I know he knows that too. That's the kind of team we are. We're just going to play really good defense. But well, like I've been saying for 3 days, anybody playing in the NCAA tournament is going to play good defense. Good defensive teams win games. Obviously, you got to make some points and do some things, but I think if we would have made a couple more layups, Moss's missed layup kind of going down the stretch would have put us down only by 1, and she missed that, and then, we missed some crucial free throws. So the game was, to me, definitely even.
Coach, what do you have to do, you think, to take that next step? You basically had the game right there, and not in your opinion, because I don't want to get you in trouble. There was clearly some acting on the floor earlier, so I mean that also played a part in you losing the lead. But what do you think you need to do to take the next step to get into the Sweet 16 type Final Four?
Well, I always used, when I was everywhere, at Albany or Missouri State, when I was coaching and getting into the NCAA tournament in those places, I always said you gotta be really good and you gotta get really lucky. You gotta get it really lucky. Like these neutral, I really think the neutral sites will really help in women's basketball, because that's, I mean, every year I was at Missouri State, I mean, and we were going to people's home courts. The only time that we didn't do that, I can't even remember, when I was at Albany, we got a neutral site. I can't even remember where it was, but that's really helpful, because when no matter if you went to South Carolina, if you go to Iowa State, I definitely didn't want to go to Iowa State. I coached at Iowa State for years. I didn't want to go there. It's just the home court advantage is big time for anybody. And obviously they earn that right, but moving forward, you're asking. I think it's going to really help having Diamondback next year for sure. because when we got a lot of people in that locker room that, are going to be really hungry and ready to go. We signed some really good players too coming in, and we got some really good bigs coming in, and obviously we're going to kind of wait on the portal a little bit and maybe get some good transfers, and hopefully they watched.
Coach, at what point during maybe the course of the game, you and your coaching staff starting to recognize that what you were doing was at least your defense, what it was doing was really frustrating them and giving them
At the
fits?
start of the game, at the very beginning of the game, and to play against us, you got to have veterans to know how to play against us. You can't mimic what we do in practice. I say that all the time. I mean, even in our league, a day's not going to cut it. So I felt it right at the beginning. I felt like our defense was good. Our press, we didn't get a lot of traps, but it still kind of slowed them down a little bit. And I just knew right away. I kept saying in timeouts, we're not going away. We're going to keep playing and doing what we're doing, and we're right where we need to be, except in that run where they got those 12 points, and then we, kind of came back again.
And then the other question would be, all season long your team hadn't had any sort of foul trouble, and then 2 games in this tournament, and how much did that somewhat change your game plan, and then also the perseverance for your ladies being able to fight through that and still be where you were at?
Yeah, I'm not going to get in trouble, but I don't understand why 2 of the referees have never done either of our leagues. Either of our didn't. Not in the Big East, not in our league. 2 of them. So I'm confused about that. So that probably didn't help either of our teams, because no matter what anybody says, we both play physical. South Carolina plays physical. Iowa State plays physical. Any good team is going to play physical, and so you need to have, all the cards right, and all the people, I think there's one official does both of our leagues, or she definitely does one, so she knows how we play. How we play. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was just like, whoo, everybody. His whole team was in foul trouble too. That's crazy. In the NCAA tournament, you don't want to see all the best players sitting on the bench. You don't. So I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying that. But both teams were in foul trouble. Both. It wasn't just us. So I'm just glad we found a way to persevere, and obviously he found a way to persevere through that too, because that's hard. That's hard to, I thought Neela did a good job for her. I don't know how many minutes she played, came in and played, and and had to kind of fight through that too. But I don't know if I answered your question, did I? Fight through, yeah. Playing with some fouls. They both. Desto had 4, Moss had 4, Lish fouled out. Lish never fouls out. Oh my gosh.
One more.
To piggyback off that question, on a scale of 1 to 10, without you saying it, I'm gonna say it seemed like UConn was doing some, as I stated before, good flop acting. On a scale of 1 to 10, how frustrating was it? Sorry, on a scale of 1 to 10, how frustrating was it to see fouls that maybe you didn't think you should have received on your team?
I always think that when it gets to this level. And you say it in the NBA and all this stuff too, like you want to see the best players out there and compete against each other. And I didn't feel like either team had that opportunity to do that, you know what I mean? So, their best players were sitting too, and so were ours. But, we all came through it. I always tell our players, you got to play through it. You got to play through it, and then you got to adjust. You definitely got to adjust, you know what I mean? And so both teams had to figure out a way to adjust, and, good teams can kind of play through that, and I thought Mossney did a good job of playing through that because she had a bunch, and Lish was probably shocked because the kid never fouls out ever in her life. She's so I just think we just had to weather the storm pretty much through the rest of the game.
Any more questions for Coach? No? Thank you very much, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.